I shouldn't have gone there, but it was too late. The friend who stayed after the fall. I used to have a best friend named Rowan. We met in October when the trees turned orange and the air smelled like smoke. We used to walk home together after school, talking about everything and nothing, crunching leaves under our shoes until it got dark. Rowan was the quiet type of person, the type who smiled softly but always looked like he was thinking about something far away. One day he told me fall was his favorite season because everything looks alive right before it dies. I laughed. He didn't. We'd hang out in this old park behind the library, where no one really went anymore. It had swings that squeaked, benches that leaned, and trees that looked almost human when the wind blew. That's where we carved our initials into a maple tree, R+M. We said we'd come back every fall to see if the mark was still there. But last year, Rowan didn't come back. He died in a car accident 2 towns away. I couldn't go to the funeral. I couldn't even say goodbye. So when the leaves started turning again this year, I went to the park, alone. The swings still creaked. The wind still smelled like cinnamon and dust. And when I reached our tree, the carving was still there. Except there was something new below it, freshly carved, deep and uneven, like someone had done it in a hurry. It said, "I kept my promise." My heart stopped. I stepped back, staring at the words, and I swear I heard leaves crunch behind me. Footsteps. Slow, steady, coming closer. I turned. No one. Just the air, colder now. And that's when I noticed something else. The swing. Moving. Not from the wind, but like someone was sitting there. Then, softly, I heard it. His voice. "You came back." I froze. The air was thick, heavy. I couldn't move. And then, I saw it. A figure, faint, almost transparent, sitting on the swing, smiling. It was him, Rowan. He looked just like I remembered, except his eyes were sad. He whispered, "I didn't mean to leave, but I had to keep my promise." Then, he was gone. Just leaves falling, slowly, quietly, like nothing had happened. When I looked back at the tree, the carving was gone too. No R+M, no "I kept my promise." Just smooth bark. Every fall since then, I go back. The swing still moves when the wind is still. And sometimes, if I listen closely, I hear him say my name. The voice in the pumpkin patch. There's something strange about the pumpkin patch behind my old school. It wasn't just the way the air felt colder there or how the scarecrow's head always seemed to tilt toward you when you passed. It was the silence. Heavy. Almost aware. Every fall, my class used to visit it for pictures. But the last time I went, I didn't go with my class. I went alone. It was late October. The sky was bruised purple, the kind that warns you it's almost Halloween. And I don't know why, but I felt like I had to go there. Like someone was calling me. I walked through rows of pumpkins, each one soft orange, dew glistening like little tears. Then I heard it. A voice. Faint. Humming. It sounded like a lullaby, carried by the wind. I froze. The song wasn't random. It was the same lullaby my grandmother used to hum before she died. But she'd never been to this town. I followed the sound until I reached the middle of the field. The scarecrow was there, but different. Its straw hands looked burned, blackened at the ends, and around its neck was something new, a small locket. I shouldn't have touched it, but I did. Inside was a picture of a little girl, and written behind it in pencil, "Keep her safe this fall." The humming stopped, and from the corner of my eye I saw movement. A little girl, pale, barefoot, running between the pumpkins. But when I called out, she didn't turn around. She just whispered, "Don't tell him I'm still here." I ran. When I looked back, the scarecrow's head was turned, facing me now. The locket was gone. The next morning, the pumpkin patch was closed off. Police tape everywhere. They said a farmer had been found there, in the middle of the night, clutching a burned locket, and on the ground beside him, written in dirt, "She's safe now." Sometimes, when I pass the field, I still hear it. That same lullaby, and when the wind hits just right, I swear it whispers my name. The house that watched me back. It started the week my mom decided we'd spend fall in my grandmother's old house. She said it would be peaceful. A quiet break from the city, surrounded by trees that burned red in the sunset, and a porch that creaked when you breathed too hard. The house smelled like cinnamon and old wood. I remember brushing past the dusty curtains and feeling the air shift, like someone had just been standing there. That first night, I stayed up late reading on the couch. The lights flickered. I thought nothing of it, until I saw something in the reflection of the TV. Not clear, not a face, just movement. A slow tilt of a shadow's head, right behind me. When I turned around, nothing. Only the hallway, dark and endless. But the thing about that house was, it didn't just creak randomly. It responded. When you walked, it sighed. When you whispered, it listened. By the second night, I started talking to it. Little things like, "Good night," before I went upstairs. And once, I swear I heard a whisper back. A voice, low, almost shy. "Good night." I told myself it was the wind, but then it started remembering things. Every morning, I'd find my blanket folded at the foot of the bed. The rocking chair in the corner would move, softly, like someone had been sitting there all night. And one morning, I woke up with a note on my nightstand, written in perfect cursive, "You look like her." That was when I realized the family pictures in the hallway weren't just old photos. They were watching. One of them, a woman who looked exactly like me, was missing her eyes. Just 2 empty spaces where her gaze should have been. I asked my mom about her. She froze, then said, "That's your great-aunt Clara. She died here, the fall before I was born." That night I stayed awake, heart pounding, waiting for the whisper. At 3:07 a.m., it came. A voice, soft as breath, right next to my ear. "You shouldn't have come back." Sometimes when I think about that house, I still hear her. And every time I pass by a mirror at night, I swear, for just a second, I see her reflection blink. Fall makes everyone softer, except the memories that harden when the air gets cold. Maybe that's what October really is. A season that remembers us even when we forget. Lovely Chanel.